Hey friends, I was looking through some of the supplemental reports and Into the Weeds Google Drive and come across something that everybody else has probably seen, but I don't remember seeing. So I wanted to go over it with y'all. Let's take a look. There will be a link in the description if anyone wants to follow along. Now, first thing I noticed was this supplemental report of Dee Dee's sister, Claudia. Claudia, in my opinion, has seemed to change her story a whole lot, even from what she said here over time. She goes back and forth with supporting Dee Dee or not, it seems, in my opinion. But the part that I really noticed here was where Claudia said that her daughter, Tiffany, might remember some things more than she did. And so I went looking for Tiffany's interview. Here's what it says. And this is by Stan Hancock. It's his report. On November 17th, 2016, just want to make that real clear. This is just a year and a couple months after the murder. November 17th, 2016, I was contacted by the Greene County Justice Center mailroom clerk, Corrections Officer David Powell, about a letter addressed to Tiffany from Gypsy Blanchard. I made contact with Deputy Powell to retrieve a copy of the letter. Deputy Powell made a copy of the letter and a copy of the envelope with the name and address of the recipient on it. The copies were put with this report. The following is a summation of the letter and not intended to be a transcript of the letter. Gypsy wrote at the beginning of the letter to someone whom she refers to as Dear Tiffy. Gypsy wrote about how she loved Tiffany's new tattoos and how happy she was Tiffany and Kyle were doing better. A few sentences later, Gypsy wrote, So first off, there's nothing you can say that would make me stop talking to you. The fact is, I know I done wrong, and yes, I understand what you mean. I feel the same, but I can honestly say I'm a changed person. I just got baptized, so I'm wiped clean, made new. A few more sentences later, Gypsy wrote, But me, Mike, and Dad and Christy all talked about getting some kind of financial benefit from telling my story. The rest of the letter goes on to talk about Gypsy's dad being genuine and how only time would tell if Christy was genuine or not, and some other miscellaneous relationship issues between Gypsy and her dad. And as you can see, they fully redacted the letter. But I thought that was quite interesting, friends. Gypsy distrusted Christy from the get go, it appears. And Mike and them were all already commiserating on how to get a lot of money out of Gypsy's murder. I knew they did that. I just guess I didn't see proof yet of just how early on that happened. And I think that does support a lot of people's theories that Mike probably did everything he could to get assigned to this case because he knew it was famous. What do y'all think, friends? Hey, friends. While I was editing, I realized I forgot to comment on the part that Gypsy wrote about her baptism. Now, once again, remember that this is January 2016, and it just really goes to show us how Gypsy Rose Blanchard never changes. To this day, and all throughout her Chillicothe prison sentence, she was constantly becoming a new person. I've changed. I've been baptized. She's been baptized no telling how many times. She became Wiccan, then she went back to Christian, and, whatever. And now she's in her Sister Christian podcast era. But listen to this part where she is writing to her cousin or whoever she is here. She says, The fact is, I know I done wrong, and yes, I understand what you mean. I feel the same, but I can honestly say I'm a changed person. I just got baptized, so I'm wiped clean. I think she really believes that getting baptized enough times washes away murder. What do y'all think, friends? Now, there's another report in there about a letter that Nick sent to someone named Diana, and it is around the same time. This is January 12th, 2016, so about 9 months before the one that we just read about Gypsy. And this is Stan Hancock again. His report, the remarks say, letter from Nicholas to Diana. The report says, on November 12th, 2016, I was contacted by the Greene County Justice Center mailroom clerk, Corrections Officer David Powell, about a letter addressed to Diana from Nicholas Godejohn. I made contact with Deputy Powell to retrieve a copy of the letter. Deputy Powell made a copy of the letter and a copy of the envelope with the name and address of the recipient on it. The copies were put with this report. The following is a summation of the letter and not intended to be a transcript of the letter. Nick wrote at the beginning of the letter to someone he refers to as Dear Auntie Diana. Nicholas wrote about thanking Diana for a card she mailed to him and her sincere words. The letter goes on to talk about how he misses his family, but was thankful for his family sending him letters and corresponding with him. On the second page of the letter, toward the top, it read, As for why I'm in here, it's true, I did kill my girlfriend's mom, got Gypsy seduced, and also pressured me into doing it, Nicholas wrote. She was serious about sacrificing her own mom just to be with me. A few sentences later, Nicholas wrote, I guess when I'm with her, people can consider us like the new Bonnie and Clyde, because that's how close we even still are to this day. But I'm a man of truth. Wherever it goes, I follow, so I may testify against her. The remainder of this letter goes on to talk about Diana loving him like a godson and nephew and asked her to put money on his books. Once again, the letter is fully redacted, but I thought it was really interesting how Nick spoke of it. I don't remember hearing him use this exact term before, but he said she was serious about sacrificing her own mom just to be with me. Not a thing about, any kind of abuse there. Although Nick did say in his interrogation he didn't think anyone should be raised the way Gypsy was. It's very confusing. And I know a lot of people feel that Nick is incapable of lying. I'm personally not seeing that. He does try at times, he's just not good at it. But yeah, I thought that wording was very, very strange. Gypsy seduced and also pressured me into doing it. She was serious about sacrificing her own mom just to be with me. And that probably adds to why, if she realized after she got to Nick's house after the murder by looking at his devices how much he was talking to other girls and sexting with them, why she decided to blow it up and said she hated him ever after that. Even though she did send a letter to him from Greene County Jail, she got in trouble for that. But she was also telling her cellmates that he was cheating on her. We know there's no consistency with GypsyRose. There's no point in trying to make sense out of it. But I just found these couple of things here really, really interesting. What do y'all think, friends? Let me know in the comments and we'll go out with a palate cleanser. Have a good day, y'all.